I haven't talked about this in so long. My first time playing for the Lakers.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Oh my God. That was 20.
No, it was 2012.
2012.
2012. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was such a whirlwind. It was such a whirlwind for me. And I just remember coming from Orlando and everything that was going on. Like, I was so, like, beat up because I had this back surgery.
Yeah.
All these things happening in media. Oh, he's flip-flopping. He doesn't want to get traded, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, man, like, this is really, really, I didn't know how to handle this because I'm 18 coming into the league. I know at that time I was a little bit older, but I don't know what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know who to run to. I don't know who to really get advice from. I don't know if people that are giving me advice are telling me the right advice. You know, so it's so much going on, and that year was just crazy. It's just crazy, and I just sitting back after the year, looking back now, I'm like, man, I just wish that I didn't allow my emotions to get the best of me, because I didn't really understand what was going on.
Well, you were probably getting pulled a lot of different ways.
I was.
And you really didn't have time to build trust with your Laker teammates or your Laker front office or me or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, when you came, it was like, oh wow, this is our next, you know, guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be here for a long time. And you know, and you have to understand from my point of view. I mean, my dad, Dr. Buss, was still alive, but he had, you know, his health was failing. And we had just signed the largest broadcast agreement to broadcast our games. And that was the first year that we were going on the air with our own Laker network.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And, you know, so it was so great to be able to, like, kick it off with you. And but then, you know, my brother Jimmy was running basketball. I wasn't involved in any of the basketball decisions, and at that time I was in a relationship with Phil Jackson. And he had let Phil go and brought in another coach. And like a couple weeks into that season, he let that coach go. And then it was kind of like, well, who are you going to hire? And I thought he was going to bring Phil back.
Oh my God, me too.
And he really wanted to coach you.
Yes, it was crazy because a couple of days before that, I had talked to Phil on the phone.
Yeah.
And he was like, he wanted to coach me. And for me, when I heard that, like, even now, I'm getting, like, in my chills in my body, because I'm like, this is, in high school, my coach ran the triangle offense.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, he ran the triangle offense because of Phil Jackson, and because he wanted me to get acclimated into that system, like playing in the triangle. We had a good guard who actually played for the Lakers too, Javaris Crittenton.
Right.
He was out of jail now, so thank you, Jesus, that he's at home with his family.
Oh, that's great.
That's so amazing. But we ran our triangle, and so when I'm talking to Phil, I'm like, man, I've been wanting this my whole life, to be able to, one, play with Kobe Bryant and get coached by Phil Jackson and run the triangle offense. Like, this is perfect. He always does great with bigs.
Right.
So that was what I was thinking. And so he told me he said he's gonna check with his doctors to see if he'll be able to do away games, because right now he will only be able to stay at home.
Right.
So I'm like, well, that's fine, like, as long as you're coaching. And then, like, 2 days later, they signed Mike.
I know.
And I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if this is gonna go well for me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a selfish thing, like personal, but I'm like, I don't know if his style is the style that's going to be really good for me.
Well, we had Steve Nash on the team, so it was they reunited what they had done in Phoenix by bringing Mike back. But clearly, the choice was to go all in on Steve instead of really what would work best for you. And so I understood why you left, but it like broke my heart because Phil thought he was going to come back because he did get cleared physically. And so he let them know.
Yeah.
And then they called at midnight to tell him that
they were going
they
to
had
get Mike.
hired Mike instead. And it was hard for me. And then everything just kind of.
Yeah, it broke my heart too. Like, and the whole season did, because I just felt like we didn't get a chance.
Right.
And, we had so many injuries, the coaching situation. Then I feel like I didn't understand how to handle the media at that point with the Kobe dynamic with myself. And it's like I felt like they were putting us between each other in certain ways. And I didn't know how to deal with that because I'm this young buck who just came from my own situation.
Right.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't even, to be honest, a lot of this stuff is it's like it happened in a blur.
Yeah.
So like going back on it, like, hell, I was so heartbroken that I had to leave. But at the same time, I was mad too, because I'm like, I don't want to leave.
Know, right?
I do not want to leave this place. But like, I was just like, man, they went and got Mike. They didn't want to get Phil. So I'm like thinking to myself, they must really don't. I don't know if I'm going to be that next person that's supposed to be here. And I'm like, man, but I want to be in L.A.
I know.
And then it didn't happen. It didn't work out. I do remember the last playoff series against San Antonio. And they kind of made a big deal because I wanted to clarify something, and it's never been clarified. They showed something. I got kicked out the game, the last game.
Oh, yeah, that guy jumped on your back.
Yeah, I got 2 texts, and I was telling the ref, like, yo, they're kicking, they're killing me down here. Like, y'all got to do something.
Yeah.
And they gave me another text. And as I'm walking out, who was the GM at the time? Mitch Kupchak.
Mm-hmm.
He came to give me a hug. And I guess with the cameras, they thought I was saying something bad to him. And I gave him a hug. I said, they got to do something about the refs, man. I'm hurting.
Somebody just got a quick tee here. He's out of the game. That's his second technical.
What a way to end the year if this is the last game for the Lakers. Dwight Howard has been ejected from the game. All the way back. That is all we will see from Dwight in this crazy year.
And it wasn't nothing against him or the team. I was just so frustrated because they were letting them beat the crap out of me that game, and it was nothing I could do about it.
They were going after your back.
And I just had back surgery, and so I never got that clarified. I didn't want people to think that I was so mad that I'm trying to get kicked out the game because I didn't want to play. Like, I put my whole body on the line for the Lakers that year, knowing that, first of all, I wasn't even supposed to play this season. I had just got back from the back surgery.
Yep.
I tore my labrum that year, and I still played because I was just like, man, I'm playing for the Lakers. And I remember having a conversation with your dad before he passed, because he wanted to meet with me.
Yeah, he did.
And we had a conversation. I remember him telling me, he was like, Dwight, you're the person I've been wanting on this team for so long.
That is true.
And I was like, are you for real? He was like, yes, man, you have it. You have it in you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, he's telling me this. And then we have the season that we have, and then I leave. And it's been bothering me so much since, because I'm like, why did I leave? What was I thinking? Like, all this stuff. Yeah.
Then Kobe got hurt. That's when he tore his Achilles. In going into that playoffs. And so I guess things just happened that way. Like we wouldn't have had a team that you could have won on. And so
it was so much, but then it's just like, after that, oh my God, I couldn't go nowhere. The Laker Nation was on my ass. Everywhere I went, oh my God, I was like, fans, this had nothing to do with you guys. Please. I'm talking about every city I played in. It was like when what's his name who dated Kim Kardashian?
Chris Humphries.
Chris Humphries. After he dated her, he got booed every time he went to another city and touched a basketball. That's what it was like for me. Like every place I went, yeah, you left the Lakers. I'm like, oh man. And so then I remember going back to the Lakers.
Yeah.
And this time it was crazy. I wasn't like in my prime or anything like that. And I had just came off back surgery again.
Right.
So I'm just coming off back surgery. I remember the whole summer. I was playing for Washington. I had to have back surgery. And it was crazy because I was playing with this pain in my back.
There's nothing worse.
It was so bad, I couldn't sit on the bench. I had to stand up the whole game unless I laid down. I couldn't sit down on the plane. They had to give me a air mattress bed that they made so I can lay down on the plane. I had to stand up all the bus rides to the hotel and to the airplane, all that stuff. And then on game days, one of the trainers had to put my shoes on and tie them for me because I couldn't reach down and tie them. And I'm still out there playing. And so...
Was it the same injury?
Same injury,
and
lower disc. It was
just
L4,
disc?
L5. Then
Okay.
it was, L4, L5, and then the next one was L5, S1.
Okay.
So when I went to the Lakers both times, I got this much taken out of my back. Both times before the season. And so I remember being in Washington. I told them I got to have surgery because I can't bear this pain no more. I had the surgery, it was successful. I start trying to do my rehab, but they wanted me to come back fast. And I'm like, no, I'm going to hurt myself.
Right.
So I asked him, I said, can you just give me the summer? I'm going to come back in the best shape of my life. I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And we're going to win the championship, I promise you. They cut me. Well, actually, they didn't cut me. They traded me to Memphis. I called Memphis, and I asked them, can I come down and meet the players and do a mini camp just to get the team together? The owner says, we don't have room for you on the roster. And so I'm like, damn. Okay. So I say, all right, I'm finna go get to it. So I start training. I lose 30 pounds in 30 days. I think my agent at the time called Rob or something. Y'all wanted me to come out to LA. And I came out to LA solo. Nobody came with me. Got to the facility, worked out in front of Rob, and that was history. It was like they signed me, y'all signed me right away. And then the season was just like, perfect. I knew we was gonna win. From the time that I signed till we won, it was no doubt in my mind that we was gonna win. Because every game, it's like we knew it. It was like nobody can beat us. Nobody can beat us.